Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you for checking out another episode of the show. Today's features rapper Smiley Boy. I had a great time hanging out with him, talking about his brand new debut album due out September 11th. Actually, September 10th. It'll hit all the digital platforms. September 11th is the album release party at Pops in Sauget, Illinois, with my buddy ATG, Antonio the Great. So come on out and celebrate the release of two brand new albums from some of your favorite St. Louis artists. So had a great time hanging with Smiley talking about this, and you're going to get a little preview of the album on today's episode. And for more information, be sure to follow along with him on Facebook and Instagram. As always, Rock Paper Podcast is brought to you by Roughneck Beard Company, an American Rambler, located right here in St. Louis, Missouri, over in the Maplewood area. Swing by the shop or shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com. Check out some of their all-natural beard oils, beard balms, your junk powder, or any of their fine grooming products over there. You know, during the hot summer months, it may be tempting to shave, but did you know having a beard can keep you cooler in the summer heat? Beards provide UV protection and keep sweat off your face so you can keep cooler longer in the hottest heat. Just make sure to keep your beard clean with Roughneck's house-made beard bar, all-natural soap with milled oats and African black soap. Cleanses amazingly without stripping away your natural oils. And if you do decide to shave it off, do it with American Rambler's amazing pre-shave oils and Miracle Tonic aftershave. Either way, they've got you covered. Again, shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com. And don't forget my code RPP15 for an exclusive 15% off your purchase. It's a great way to support this show and support local business. And super happy to have my buddy Keith Brake and Keith Brake Photography sponsoring the show now. He's got a brand new studio in DeCoin, Illinois, KBP Studios, and he's focusing on musicians and bands, and from live material, promo material, but you can also come into the studio and get some wonderful shots for the band or yourself. And if you mention Rock Paper Podcast during booking, you can save 10% off your booking. So another great way to support the show and support local business. I just had my first photo shoot with Keith not too long ago and had a whole lot of fun hanging with him. We got some really nice shots. Had a good time even getting to chow down on a Little Debbie double-decker fudge round. So, of course, I had to do that. But again, find everything Keith Brake at keithbrakephotography.com. You can book your session right there. You can see some of his other shots with your favorites like Steve Ewing and learn from Keishi and even Antonio the Great, ATG, and a bunch of other St. Louis favorites. Big thanks to Keith for his support of the show. Follow along with him on Facebook and Instagram as well. Also, another great way to help support this show, if you haven't done so, there's a great merch store set up at buyjack.com/rockpaperpodcast, and you can head over there and snag up a little Shaney t-shirt. You got your ball caps, you got your tank tops, whatever you need. It's all over there. All kinds of different colors and sizes will get you taken care of. And appreciate anybody that's already bought one of those. Really means a lot to me. If you need me, you can find me at rockpaperpodcast.com. Hit me up at the email at rockpaperpodcast@gmail. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of the new Smiley Boy songs. And with all that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode with Smiley Boy.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Smiley, and you are listening to the Rock Paper Podcast. Let's get it.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey, everybody. Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Smiley Boy.
What up, what up, what up? Smiley Boy back in the building.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is really cool, man. I'm really glad to be here today hanging with you.
Likewise.
We've kind of been, friendly. So I've definitely seen you perform, and we've talked, and
Right.
and we've been friends online and stuff. But this is really like the longest we've got to hang out and talk
Yeah.
and stuff. So I thought this would be a lot of fun to get to know you a little bit better and get to share some of your stories. And we got some brand new music to share with everybody.
Exactly,
So
for sure, man. I agree. It's about time we had a one-on-one, and what better time than promo time?
Yeah,
baby?
right.
It makes it a little bit more interesting for the audience, hopefully.
yeah. I mean, that's getting real busy. It's gonna be things are gonna be ramping up here real quick with a big new record and a big party and everything coming up. So, but I like to kind of start at the beginning, being like I said, this is our first time hanging out, kind of get to know more about your story. And but has St. Louis always been home for Smiley Boy, or?
No, I'm actually from the South, man. I was born in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I lived there up until I was 15. Yeah, I believe 15, maybe 16. Yeah, I believe 16. That's when I first got to Missouri.
Okay.
And I started off living with my uncle, and then we got, familiar with the area, got our own spot to live. And I've been back and forth between here and there, not like frequently. Like I've stayed here for 8 years, go back home for 2 or 3 years, and been back here for another 5 now. So almost 15 years here, almost half my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. About half and half. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. So I guess what was it? What was the initial draw up to come to St. Louis? Then was
initially
just family,
it
or?
actually happened over a breakup and get back together again.
Okay.
With my parents.
Yeah.
Like I said at the time, I was 16, so I was living with my parents.
Right.
And my dad, he spent a lot of his life up here. His sister lived up here, and I mean, he was born in Mississippi, but like St. Louis was like really where he was from, and then he ended up moving to South Carolina. So anyway, sorry about that. They split up and then decided to get back together. So when he came here, my mom was like, "Oh, well, let's go to St. Louis then." When they decided to get back together. And I didn't really have a choice in the matter because I was only 16.
Right.
Who cares if I have friends or girlfriends or a life that I'm trying to plan, down there.
Yeah.
But it worked out, man. I enjoyed being up here. I probably wouldn't have even have went back really had I not experienced like a not traumatic, but just like a very sad part of my life where I wanted to be around family more,
Right. Yeah. Sometimes, it's always good to kind of get rooted again and get back closer to family and everything else. So, luckily most of my family lives, real close to me. So I do keep them all, in pretty close contact.
Yeah.
And so I'm thankful for that.
That's good. I'm really bad about that, actually, man. Like I just talked to my mom yesterday, but before then, outside of just messaging chats and stuff, I don't really get to talk to her to her a lot. So I'm really pretty bad about that. I need to get better at doing that.
Me and my mom, like, we kind of went through phases a little bit, like, just like any, kids do and stuff growing up. Like, but there was sometimes better than others. And, but she, she retired and then had a lot more free time. And we've always bonded over music and stuff. And, but that was where after, she retired, we had all kinds of time we started going to a lot of shows together. And, and we always, had a lot of fun getting to hang out. And, she started really enjoying going to like see all my friends play and getting to be Shane's mom, walking around and stuff. Talking about plugging the podcast with everybody she met and stuff like that. So I always
that's dope, man.
Yeah, it felt really good. And just to have that kind of person in your corner rooting for you and stuff. So she was definitely my biggest cheerleader.
That's good. I can't really say that about my mom because I make music that's it's kind of like not even in her, like, how do I say it? Like her mental realm, you know what I'm saying? Like she grew up old school, listening to like old school R&B singers, soul singers. I sing a little bit, but a lot of profanity, a lot of sexualization, a lot of stuff that she's not really into. So I can't really say like she's my biggest supporter, but she definitely loves that I follow my dream and put my heart into it.
Definitely, yeah.
Stay focused on what I'm passionate about, and she's always encouraging me to do that. So in that way, she is a big supporter. Yeah,
that's the way it should be, man. Even if like I don't necessarily agree or like what or whatever, but like I'm still gonna support you because I believe in you and everything else. It's like so. But yeah, no, that's cool, man. At least like I know there's a lot of people like. That they can't figure that out. Like they have that falling out with the family over things like that. Like they don't necessarily approve of their lifestyles or whatever it is. And so, but I always think that's I see my friends in these loud heavy metal bands or whatever, and different things or hip hop or whatever it is, and I see their grandma or whatever or something hanging out there at the show, like proud of their baby and up there doing their thing. That's and stuff awesome, even though it's not their scene, the mosh pits and all the other
two generations removed but still there. That's awesome.
I mean that just always makes me smile, like seeing that and stuff. So they but yeah, no, it feels good though. For sure. So what was playing? You said they played a lot of that soul music and stuff. All this. So was that like your first big introduction into music and their records?
Yeah, but definitely my parents. Mostly my big sister though. Like my mom worked a lot when we were younger, so she was there, but the time that she was there, she kind of played the role of the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like she was the boss. My dad was more of the softer, let the kids do what they want parent. You know what I'm saying? So she played the boss. Dad was a good cop, and my big sister pretty much raised us. So all the music that she was listening to, that's what was really trickling down to me. So like with her, it was early 90s, mid 90s R&B, hip hop. She was real big with Tupac and Biggie. Loved them both. Right. She obviously loved Jada Pinkett. Not Jada. I'm sorry. Janet Jackson, Jada Pinkett, as an actress, yes, I'm sure she did. But like for music-wise, Janet Jackson, Aaliyah was one of her favorite artists before she passed. So I was getting a lot of that, and then a lot of like not boy bands, but like R&B groups, like guy groups, like Boys to Men, Drew Hill, As Yet, all the '90s R&B groups there were, I was listening to them all. Back then I really thought I could sing. Now I know where my ranges are, and I kind of just stick with those. But back then I was trying to sing everybody's song all the time.
Hey, I still do. I can't do it, but I try.
Yeah. Well, in the shower, I'm just like I was when I was 10. I'm thinking I can sing every song because everybody sounds better in the shower, of course.
I'm
natural reverb in there that just sets it off right, man.
I listen to a ton of '90s on 9, man, and I in my car and driving around and I mean, of course they play a lot of Boys to Men, and it seems like they really play that. I don't know. There's one in what Motown Philly or
Yeah,
something. Right?
Motown Philly's back again.
They play that one a ton. Like
that's like their one of their pop hits. You know what I'm saying? It was like a cool mix between R&B and like break style music. So it went pop for sure. Motown Philly was dope. With a little East Coast.
I don't know, just triggered a memory. I've been at my job probably 15 years ago or something, whatever. I was working with this guy, Marcus, and he, I don't know, he's just super goofy dude. But he had a late 90s Camaro body style, and he had on his license plate said CHC MGT. I think it was something like, but it was Chick Magnet was supposed to be his license plate, and and he was, I don't know, he would always take his breaks and go sit out in his car and talk to his girlfriend. Yeah. And me and Mike, who I used to work with, we'd go out there and we'd always tease him, like, just because we thought it was the silliest thing that he had, Chick Magnet on his license.
You caking on every break that you take.
Right. And he's so we go out there one time and he's got his like stereo cranked up, like, and he's like, and it's I'll make love to you.
Yeah.
Like, and we're like, and
one of my favorite songs, actually.
So good, but
I've sang it hundreds of times.
But it was one of the funniest things to us. So he's in
the Chick Magnet, blasting Boys and Men love songs.
This one's for you, baby.
That probably works though. Man. That's probably how he got his girl. Man.
Right.
He pulled up in the Chick Magnet, blasting some Boys and Men. That probably worked for him. Shit.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's so funny though. I haven't thought about that in a long time. But man, shout out to Boys to Men, man.
For sure, man. I'm still a fan. I was actually on their YouTube channel a couple of days ago, man. Just like reliving the memories, man. Like, I don't know. I get stuck in that YouTube rabbit hole sometimes, where I be just looking at stuff that I probably wouldn't look at on any other day.
Easy to do,
it is.
Get trapped in,
and that's their goal. So they're winning.
Right,
they are winning at that. Stay on the platform.
So what about? So obviously, there's a lot of singing in hip hop too. Yeah. There's a lot of in the '90s and stuff. You talking about Tupac and Biggie and stuff. Right. Was that like your first like really starting to like get into those guys as far as hip hop, or what? What was?
No, man. Actually, back then I didn't like rap. Like, okay, I wasn't because I was a kid, so the stuff that they were talking about didn't really resonate with my brain at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understood gangster music. I understood the underlying messages in hip hop because I wasn't, an idiot. I was a smart kid, but it wasn't what I was trying to aspire to be or anything. I wanted to be a lover boy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be like Boys and Men. I wanted to be Cisco. When Drew Hill came out and he had the platinum hair and he was singing da, 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 da. I wanted to do that. I listened to Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. All I wanted to do was sing in a group of guys for the longest time. Rap, oh, man, if I had to pinpoint a time that rap like captivated me to where I was like, oh, I could do this. It would probably be like, it would have to be either Ludacris or Eminem. Yeah. Like one of those two, or a combination of those two. Like Ludacris probably reeled me in because I was from the South. When I first, started listening to rap, I was living in the South, so I listened to a lot of Southern rappers. Ludacris, he had a very flamboyant style. Like his style was it's kind of Busta Rhymes-ish, but from the South, And then Eminem, same thing, just like very flamboyant, like just off the wall type style. And I'm like, oh man, this is very creative. They're not just like, talking about the streets or what I'm saying, like the hard times that they grew up in, or they are, but it's a different hard times than the hard times that I was used to hearing from rappers, So after hearing those two guys, I was like, okay, I could do something like that, Yeah. It ended up turning out to be nothing like that, like my music wise, but that's just where I got in my mind that I thought that I could rap, and then I could rap.
So was that, I guess that's probably high school then, right?
Yeah. I'm maybe even like
or middle school.
late middle school, like
okay.
8th grade. You know what I'm saying? 7th to 8th grade.
So
I would say. Yeah.
Do you start trying it out at lunches or anything like that?
No,
or?
man, I was still singing back then. Like
Yeah.
the people that probably got me to rap when I was in the 8th grade, there was, guys in my neighborhood that was rapping and they were recording themselves and making mixtapes and stuff. And one of them, we used to have little ciphers, outside and stuff. If we were just all hanging out, somebody would get on the, on the trash can or something and hit some lids, and then everybody would go around. So you at least had to know how to rap a little bit because they weren't going to skip you in the circle. Like if you tried to get skipped, you was getting clowned. So you had to at least have something. So I would always at least try to like get something in my head because I knew it was going to come to me eventually, like in the circle or the cipher. I always try to get something, and that's when I really started doing it. And then from there, I don't know, man. It's always been a battle of me between like, do I want to rap or do I want to like sing, or do I have to like do them both because I want to do them both?
Mm-hmm.
I was just recording a song earlier and I couldn't figure out if I wanted to rap the verse or sing it. It fit better being rapped, but
Sure.
It's always in the back of my mind, like just that choice.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. I think in a very similar time that we're talking to, you got a guy like Nelly coming out of St. Louis who's mixing both rapping,
Not gonna lie,
singing, and
I loved Nelly.
Oh,
I still love Nelly, but
for
like
sure.
us in South Carolina loved Nelly.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea who he was until I heard him, and it was Country Grammar, I believe was the first song I heard him, and I was like,
Game changer.
What is this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a nursery rhyme that we used to say that he just turned into a classic. How? And I was hooked after that. I knew all the words. His album, not the Country Grammar album, the one after that, I believe it. I don't know if it was called EI or it was called Number One or something like that, but he had like 4 songs on there that I knew front to back, every lyric, just could do that.
Yeah, so, I mean, just about everything he all those records have put out, and even the Sing Lunatics album and stuff, and even the stuff that prior that the underground stuff that they put together. Like there's a ton of it that I just really like a lot, and obviously being St. Louis, like I remember getting the Country Grammar like mix, the EP, like there was like a little demo they were shopping out, and like I remember had like Greed, Hate, Envy, and St. Louis on there, and like and I was just like those 3 songs, like I mean it was just like I remember those were on heavy rotation long before the Country Grammar album dropped and stuff, and like everybody was like, it was huge here before it ever like went worldwide.
I never really, being from South Carolina, I never really got to experience something like that because we didn't really have anybody blow up from down there.
Sure.
And the closest thing we had was Petey Pablo and his, take your shirt off. It was
Freak a League, man. It's still my
I love that song. Actually, it didn't get as much acclaim, but I actually love that song way more than the Take Your Shirt Off song.
Right.
But, what can you say?
I wonder what Petey's up to these days. I mean, I haven't seen.
I don't know. He made a theme song for the Panthers back in 15 when we went to the Super Bowl, and then after that he kind of disappeared again. I was like, oh, you fuck with us when we hot, and then you just fade off into the shadows again, Petey.
Yeah.
Funny dude, man.
Yeah.
Cool dude, though.
I remember that, though. Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Spin around your head like a... Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, that's all. I mean, I definitely, all this stuff that we're talking about is definitely a huge part of my youth, growing up and coming up through high school, middle school and stuff. I mean, like, I was real big on hip hop and rap and for a long time, like, I remember... I tell a story, but like, Eazy-E's Straight Off the Motherfucking Streets of Compton was like one of my very first albums I bought, like by myself at a flea market, and I don't know, just but I liked a lot of that. Like I always kind of wished I could have been like the Nate Dogg, like be like
Nate Dogg is probably one of my biggest influences in music.
Right.
Like, just the way he had a deep voice but could still like sing dope ass harmonies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's everything I try to do right now. You know,
He's so smooth, man.
Yeah.
Everything. Like I just like
he made every. Ooh man,
Yeah.
don't even get me started.
Yeah.
No, man, like that's my dude right there.
that's like the guy though. Like if I could be somebody in hip hop, that's the guy I want to be. Like I just love that the way like to.
I would. Oh man,
So-
that's a tough call. If I could be anybody
Yeah.
in hip hop besides me, of course.
Right.
You know, man, Chameleonaire is somebody that, man, when he was hot, I ate up everything
Yeah.
he put out. You know what I'm saying? Like he also somebody that I feel like I'm heavily influenced by with my own music, just the harmonic raps, melodic raps. Like he see me rolling,
Yeah.
and then he gets in and starts snapping on the verse. Like his verses are just like lyrical shit. You know what I'm saying? But he got that harmonic melodic hook. I'm Chameleonaire pretty much. I just realized that. Damn it, I'm Chameleonaire. Shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you've kind of start realizing that maybe this is something you can do, right? You start. You're in the circle. Which also I wanted to say you're talking about the getting on the making the beat on the trash can.
Right.
I was going to that triggered the Tech Nine, the table and chest.
Yeah.
Like I love that track, man. It's such a.
Hobson did one that was kind of similar to that too. On I can't remember which album it was.
But it's just like it's cool, like taking it back to the beginning.
Right,
you know,
right.
like
Lunchroom, you're on the table,
Yeah.
you're outside, recess on the table. Yeah.
So
That's where the real raps are, man. Like that's where the real ones are at. Because you ain't.
and that's
What
what
else are you doing?
I mentioned in Eminem too. I also love that scene in 8 Mile when they're like at the lunch truck and stuff, and they all start just spitting
Freestyle, man. Like,
freestyle right there. Like
That's one of the biggest staples of hip hop is just freestyle. Man.
Yeah.
What can you do right now?
Yeah.
Off the top. What can you do?
Yeah. So
It
was
a chess match.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like that those moments like that. Of course, kind of showing where it starts. It's not always just the albums and the produced tracks and everything else. So
I dropped one of my best freestyles in like a little back and forth with Dub Flow a long time ago. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago when I first crashed my face, which not too many people even know that happened. But anyway, I was killing him, you know what I'm saying? And then like one of my best freestyles ever. And then he jumps back in and destroys me. And I was just he just absorbed my best flow ever and then destroyed me. I was like, God, you do this. Freestyling it's an art, man. Like there are people that do it, and then there are people like me that can get in and get out. I can get in, give you a couple hot ones, and I'm out of there. Because if I start going too long, I'm gonna say something stupid that I don't really mean to say.
Sure. But Dubs,
he does it.
I'm
like,
such a fan, man. Like he's obviously you've heard his stuff on even the theme song of this show, man. I'm a big fan of his work, and he's one of the best and the coolest too. Like he's just a great dude.
Yeah, he'll give you a smile for sure.
Right,
for sure.
So you get to going in this. Let's talk about a track called Wakanda. This is not the very beginning. Obviously, you've been you had some demo stuff out there. That's
like more of the beginning of my like quote unquote professional music career. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I really started to get serious into the craft and hone in on a sound that I was good at creating.
Right.
And just try to pick that apart. Try to display that at the highest level that I could at the moment, So that's probably my break into like professionally doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Pack loud, pack crowd, yeah. Let's go. Pack loud with the ganja, pack crowds at the concert. Pull up in that black on black, man, that sound like Wakanda. Middle finger to the drama, middle finger to your honor. Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, cause I'm independent chasing commas. Pack loud with the ganja, pack crowds at the concert. Pull up in that black on black, man, that sound like Wakanda. Middle finger to the drama, middle finger to your honor. Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, cause I'm independent, chasing I'm doing subliminal, doing it literal. Spitting the truth, is it cynical? Give them the juice when it's plentiful. Really, you dudes are just pitiful. If I'm making moves and somehow I lose, then they be like, oh, it's a miracle. But I just improve, so I get to choose who's gonna look foolish and miserable. Watch out, little bitch. I'm not with the shits. You don't want problems with this. I'm stuck with the hits. Won't stop till I'm rich. I run with the ops in the pit. You thought you could blitz? I'm not finna kick. My pockets is thick. I gotta get 6. I'm taking more shots than Page the Stojakovic did. It's about to get lit. Trap beats to a rap geese, like pack seats for the athletes. And my stash sheets are looking mad sweet. I am such a god, no blaspheme. I just wanna ball like nasty. Hold up, wait, retract please. I've been going hard since last week. You gotta flip that shit like some bad weed. I had a baby on the way. I wasn't even nervous. Now I'm racing to the pay. Cause now I'm living with a purpose. And I feel like I deserve this. This is the gift that I'm cursed with. I do not wish to reverse it. Not when I'm literally built to disperse it. Pack loud with the ganja. Pack crowds at the concert. Pull up in that black on black, man, that sound like Wakanda. Middle finger to the drama. Middle finger to your honor. Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, cause I'm independent, chasing commas. Pack loud with the ganja. Pack crowds at the concert. Pull up in that black on black, man, that sound like Wakanda. Middle finger to the drama. Middle finger to your honor. Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, cause I'm independent, chasing commas. Now crowds packed with a loud pack. I ain't been the plug since a while back. I was getting love, but I dialed back. Now I'm still getting dubs, nigga, how's that? J's on my feet, stuck in my mode. They won't compete, I'm like, bro, what are those? Why am I trapping when I can do shows? Just so the whackers that rap get exposed. Watch, I do both. I take a gun on the road. I may just run in the smoke. I can't stun on these hoes. Some will get chose. I don't want none of them, no. Y'all do the most, and I don't really get it. I can only rap about how I'm really living. I can get the snapping, but I sound like a menace, so I'm probably gonna have to tone it down by the vinegar. That can be dangerous, but that's just the game with niggas who have to be famous. I'm back with the bangers. Don't care about the critics, I'm practically shameless. These rappers is changing. I am who I am, and that's who I hang with. We stay on the same shit. Smoking and choking to cope with the pain, bitch. But for real, if I never get a deal, I still make a meal, cause I'm very, very skilled. Every prayer, every hill, every section, every reveal necessary that they hear, every second's very ill. Up here, it's a legendary thrill. And Smiley gon' still manage to deal damage with every single weapon that he wields. No chill. Pack loud with the ganja. Pack crowds at the concert. Pull up in that black on black, man, that sound like Wakanda. Middle finger to the drama. Middle finger to your honor. Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, cause I'm independent, chasing commas. Pack loud with the ganja. Pack crowds at the concert. Pull up in that black on black, man, that sound like Wakanda. Middle finger to the drama. Middle finger to your honor. Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, cause I'm independent, chasing commas.
Yeah, I like this track a lot, man. I was listening on the way over today, and I just like, you know, it just as you were kind of talking about, you really I felt on this track in particular, you do a lot of blending of that. I
try to blur the lines, man. I try to blur the lines, which is something that I thought Drake did very well on his Nothing Was the Same album. Like, it's like, is this singing or is this rapping? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is beautiful. I need to know how to do this. And so I added that little nugget to my game, which it already had been there because I started singing before rapping. You know, I was always trying to sing. I just didn't ever feel like I was good enough to just be a singer, you know, and I learned how to rap and I was like, oh, I'm really good at this. So I'll just be really good at this and then blend a little bit of that singing in when it's necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's working for sure.
Thank you.
This was a fun track, and it just also, you know, that you're saying, mentioning Wakanda and Black Panther, and just like that was, man, what a movie that was.
That was a great movie. You know, the title of that song is actually developed after I made the song. Like I was not calling it Wakanda at the time. I didn't have a name for it. I just started performing it to see if people would like it. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't even released it on any platform at all. I did it at a show one day and the reception was good. So I did it at the show again the next time I performed, and the reception was really good. And then people were just like, "Hey man, what's that Wakanda track? What's that Wakanda track?" You know, that was the line that stuck out in the hook
Right.
that people kept bringing back, like Wakanda, Wakanda. I'm like, yeah, it's going up this week. You know, I put it on socials, and it just people love it. I love it. It was just a good feeling song, a good time. The title was literally organically created. Like I let the people pick the title of the song pretty much. It was a good one, man.
Sure.
I heard that Chadwick, man, he had to pass away, man. I was ready for the second movie, man. Like I know he was gonna kill it.
So sad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that of course there's a lot of, bright stars that taken way too soon.
Yeah.
And but as
Such is the nature of life.
Yeah, it's just sad that that happened to him. But it's
They did just I don't know how big of a comic buff you are, but they did just release like what if episodes of a couple Marvel what if episodes where the Black Panther actually ended up becoming Star-Lord instead of the Black Panther, which is the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure.
It was pretty cool. Chadwick Boseman's voice was in the animation because it was an animated series, but it was good to hear it, like his voice, like almost a year after, almost a year. It's been almost a year now.
Right. Yeah, that's, not to brag on myself, but like that's a lot of what
Please do, man.
That's what I love doing on this podcast. Yeah.
Shit.
That's what I love doing about this show, though, is just like having that documented. Like unfortunately, I've had friends on the show that have passed.
Right.
One of them, the biggest ones I felt were had the biggest impact on our around town was my buddy Matt Amalong, who of course produced a lot of great music in St. Louis, and so when he passed, I remember sharing the episode, and I'm like, hey, I know this hurts, and but like, listen to this. This is when he was, how happy and excited he was about what he was doing and things like that. So it's like I'm glad that these recordings can live on, just like Chadwick's movies and all that stuff. So. It's at least we have something there to hold on to.
Right. He's made a mark, and that's, I feel like all artists and most sensible people in the world just want to leave a mark. We all know we're going to leave here one day.
Yeah.
But if you can leave something memorable behind, that to me is success.
Right. And then of course, like a role like Black Panther for many young black men and women to look to see somebody that looks like them on a movie screen like that.
Especially for the more casual fan, like me personally, I'm pretty into superheroes.
Right.
I got them tatted all over my body. Most people don't know that, but so I've known about the Black Panther for a long time. Yeah. I've known about Blade. I've known about like Black Superman. I've known about pretty much all the black superheroes, but for the casual fan that is not used to seeing a black superhero on the big screen, it was a major moment. It was a major moment for kids, man, for even old heads like me that glad I got to see that,
Right. And they did it so well too.
Yeah,
it was just it was such
a great movie, man.
Right.
I watch it often, actually.
Blade,
Disney Plus.
Blade's cool, and all of them. There's a lot of really good ones, but I felt like that Black Panther's right at the top.
That one, it was the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
We'll say it like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of good ones, but then you got like the top tier, upper echelon ones, and
then of course getting to show up in the Avengers too. So
exactly.
Getting to pop in there.
Bigger screens.
That was such a cool moment, man. Watching everybody show up in that movie and stuff, and then man, I'm a big. I don't know. I never really got into the comic book part, the stories and stuff, but the movies are incredible, and I've been watching all those. And
I wasn't too heavy into comics. I did read a lot of comics, but I was more just as a kid. I used to watch all the animated superhero like Marvel. I was watching Spider-Man animation all the time. X-Men, Batman,
Turtles.
Justice League, Ninja Turtle, anything that was, that came from
yeah.
the comics to the animated screen, I was watching it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with
for
you.
real.
Yeah, that was all. All of it was a huge part of my youth. But yeah, I just never got actually into reading the where the source material and stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they can definitely love all that stuff. But
Well, they do it pretty good justice, so
Yeah.
you don't have to go too far back to the source. They do it pretty good justice,
yeah,
for sure, from somebody who kind of knows.
yeah. What you said something about your face? What
I broke. Well, I said I broke my face,
Yeah.
but oh man, when did this happen? This had to have been 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
I would say 2011. I had an accident in a swimming pool that like really fucked my face up.
Oh.
Like I jumped in too close to the edge and really messed my face up. So like I had to have my bottom lip like re-stitched back together.
Wow.
A couple of my front teeth were broken in half. I had to get crowns or whatever they call them nowadays, but the implants.
Yeah.
And it was a very it was a very sad time for me, man, for real, because
Sure.
at that point I already have my name. I'm Smiley, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to smile because I broke my face. So I dealt with that for, I'd say, probably at least 2 years before I had like great dental insurance and shit like that, to where I could get my teeth dealt with. And it was tough, man. It was definitely tough. But also during that time, I met some of my best friends, you know what I'm saying? Like people that didn't give a shit about my face being broken, So it just kind of helped me through it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's of course like a Kanye West story comes to mind.
I know, right?
Man,
yeah.
That's, but
That's crazy.
And I love that like he did that whole through the wire,
Right.
like rapping with his jaw wired and shit. Like
Right.
it's just like
I did a lot of shows missing some teeth. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of shows where my lip was barely back together. Not a lot, but I did shows.
Yeah.
I can say a lot. I'm not like touring around the country or nothing like that. But like during that time, we were doing a lot of shows in St. Louis. Like we were trying to touch everybody back then.
yeah.
Now we are too. It's just a little more digital.
Sure.
Than it was.
Yeah, man. That's but I'm glad it didn't stop you or slow you down. I mean, like I finally got.
Like I said, if I didn't have like friends at that time that really just lifted me up and didn't let me give a shit about it, they didn't let me sulk in it or let me feel self-conscious about it, even though I did. But like they made it easier to deal with it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, that's the crazy thing too, is like looking at you today, nobody.
I know. As I said, most people don't know that. Like,
Right.
that I broke my face, man. Like I really had my shit fucked up for a minute, man. Like it was. Oh man, I try not to even think about that nowadays, But it's good to be able to call back to that and still, like you said, no, today I'm still smiling. Most people wouldn't notice, and it's like I never left.
Well, you mentioned, you already had your name there and stuff. Like, I don't know, it made me, I just kind of made myself laugh when thinking about it on the way. Like, your Smiley Boy and stuff, but being, grown now, and like I just like think about that time. Like, obviously we all have, Tommy, Johnny,
Right.
Billy, whatever, all the guys' names and stuff. Like, and I was like, when's that point when they decide like I'm not Tommy anymore, I'm Tom, or
Right.
whatever? It's like, when do you
With music, man, I kind of feel like it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like I've pondered this specific subject a lot. Like, when do I drop the boy? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's not as recognizable as it could be, obviously, but I feel like it's recognizable enough to where most people still only just call me Smiley.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy is just there because I'm the boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's
think
a funny story how I got that name, actually. I initially used to be called Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. When I first started rapping, like I'm Soulja Boy, because I was in the military for a little bit, and I just kind of finished my training. I'm like, I'm finna be rapping Soldier. I'm Soldier Boy. And then like 2 weeks later, Soldier Boy comes out with like internet smash hit that everybody's singing. He's, world famous. I'm like, well, can't be Soldier Boy now. It's already got way too much notoriety.
Sure.
And so I just kind of pushed it off to the side and have a stage name at that point. And one of my good friends, he just called me one day. He's like, you a smiley motherfucker. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you always smiling and shit. I was like, yeah. He's like, you smiley boy. I was like, you might be onto something there, you know? And it just kind of just stuck. He started calling me Smiley, and I let everybody call me Smiley. It's just kind of stuck. I mean, outside of my family and my old lady and my kids, pretty much everybody just calls me Smiley.
Yeah. I was also thinking about like all those guys that are Lil, I wonder if are they always going to be Lil, like
Lil Wayne. I'm always calling Lil Wayne, even if he tries to drop the Lil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're Lil Wayne to me because that's how I discovered you, and that's how my brain has registered that for the longest time. So,
yeah, it's been working for him though.
Yeah.
I think he's doing all right.
Well, yeah, he definitely is. But there's a lot of Lils now. Though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Lils.
Sure. Yeah, he was. I'm probably not the first, but he was definitely like. The
most famous.
Yeah.
He was the most famous Lil. For sure.
Yeah. Block is hot, man.
Yeah, that was back when I didn't even like Lil Wayne. I ain't gonna lie. Back when he first started rapping, I didn't like him. It wasn't until like the Carter. The first Carter.
Oh, those are so good. Yeah, all the
that's when he like started dropping bars. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You really do this. Or somebody really does, and they're helping you out, either way. Yeah. It's dope. You know?
Well, let's talk about. Let's get into some brand new Smiley Boy stuff that we got coming out.
Yeah.
We got to start with you released a single just a bit ago.
I did.
A song called "Hustle."
Correct.
Featuring our good friend, Mr. Antonio the Great, ATG. Yeah, man.
Yes, man. And I put his verse first for a reason because he came in and snapped on it, and I was like, well. If I put my verse first, people might not keep going. Like, just there's a crazy thing about music, man. Like, you gotta know when you've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and pretty much all my friends blessed me. If I sit out for a feature, when it comes back, I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, you got that." So, yeah, man, that song it came together quite nicely. I sent it to him. I put it in. We have like a group chat, for our inner rap circle, and I put it in there. And he was like, "Oh, I'm on that." I normally was like just drop a hook to a beat, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna drop this hook and see what these guys think about it." I send it to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm on that." So by the time he sent me his verse, I had already written like most of my verse. Like I had like 80% of my verse done. And then he sent me his, and I was like, tore that shit up immediately. I was like, nope, not this. Let me go back to the drawing board real quick. So I rewrote mine and put it on the back end. I was like, well, this was I rewrote it better. It was definitely better than the first one. I was like, if it's still not good enough, I'm gonna put his verse first just in case. You know what I'm saying? Let people, at least you go get quality on both ends if you do like mine, which it was dope. But he came in snapping on his, so I was just like, yeah, you got that. We'll give you the first verse.
There you go.
I got a soul. Yeah. I got a soul. Yeah. I got a hustle. Wake up, money on my mind, so I'm getting to it on the double. You ain't never felt hard times in the real world, I don't trust you. Still working on a 9 to 5, cause 12 rules try to bust you. Yeah,
that could be trouble.
ATG, turn up the music, I gotta hustle for mine. Really be stuck in the grind. Shout out to Putin, these niggas be rushing the sign. I did it a couple of times. Shout out to Biggie, I'm ugly and fucking these dimes. They love when I'm busting these rhymes. Shout out to Diddy, I'm trying to be puffing his prime. Then it'll be nothing to shine. Hold up, wait. My crew is cool, we got some screws loose for show. Southside St. Lulu, we practice voodoo and flows. You try to cruise through, hoping we recruit you, but bro, your shit is boo-boo, don't need that juju, so give me my props. I move ahead of the rush, they never been better than us. Lost my pops, but he's in my head and my blood, so I ain't been stressing as much. Told me, son, it's time to empty the clip, give him the rest of the slugs.
be proud, but you ain't been flexing enough. Until I'm in dirt, I'll be punching with all of my might. The ref will be calling a fight. I'm sorry I'm late, I got caught up in slaughtering mics. I'm sending them all up to Christ. I bring that heat, you gotta mumble, you in the streets. I'm in the jungle, you gotta retreat, cause I gotta eat. You ain't like me, cause you gotta sleep. And I gotta hustle. Wake up, money on my mind, so I'm getting to it on the double. You ain't never felt hard times in the real world, I don't trust you. Still working on a 9 to 5, cause 12 will try to bust you. That could be trouble. I gotta hustle. Wake up, money on my mind, so I'm getting to it on the double. You ain't never felt hard times in the real world, I don't trust you. Still working on a 9 to 5, cause 12 will try to bust you. That could be trouble. Hustle hard as the makeup, mindset get the cake up. Niggas walk around thinking they tough till a big bank need a pay stub. Wanna ball out, better lace up. I'm thinking that they suck, so I wake up like hell nah. These bums can never replace us, man. I'm here for the bread, the cheese, the Freddy, whatever you wantin' to call it. This shit in my head, believe me, it's Freddy, my nigga, but what's in your wallet? Cause I'm always chasing the capital. I'm on a pace in this rapido. Just see what I said and please come get me when niggas is done with the stalling. Hold up, wait, who thinking they hustle harder than I do? You doing it small time like a minute, niggas is minute. And really they all sound like a gimmick, it's plenty just like you. I'm finna be all time when I'm finished killing these mics too. Nigga, my crew is Mount Rushmore, I'm dominating like Russell. Never mind you and them fuck boys, gotta concentrate on my struggle. Think it's time I break on my shovel. Ain't trying to say I like trouble, I got a lot, it ain't enough. I get it straight out the mud because I gotta hustle. Wake up, money on my mind, so I'm getting to it on the double. You ain't never felt hard times in the real world, I don't trust you. Still working on a 9 to 5, cause 12 will try to bust you. That could be trouble. Wake up, money on my mind, dealing with these hard times.
Was that like now you saying that and then the group chat, like was that just like the beat then you leaked to him and you like
no, so we have me, Antonio, Dub, and Jeff, we got like a little group chat between us four that we share musical ideas with. That at that point, by the time I shared it, I had already put the hook on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't sound like it does now. You know what I'm saying? I normally, for lack of a better word, I mumble a lot of hooks just to kind of get like a bop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll make sounds and then I find the words that are supposed to go there instead. You know what I'm saying? And they're always dope as hell. So
I heard
mumble rapper, but
I heard basically the same exact thing from Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. I heard him on it, a Howard Stern interview, and he was talking about how like because there's a lot of times like his lyrics don't necessarily like make sense, like they just sound good. They just they work inside the melody and stuff. Right. And so like he'll just start scatting some whatever, and then like figure out what words kind of fit in that placeholder. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely a lot of people that kind of just work that way. I think like.
Yeah, I try to do a little bit of both. Like, I feel like no matter what melody or, you know, for lack of a better word, scat sounds I come up with, there is the right word to fit there. You know what I'm saying? That will make sense in the song, and I want that. And I'll scat 100,000 times until I find the right word. If it's light, bright, sight, might, tight, kite, fight, like whatever it is that needs to be there, I will find it and make it make sense in the scope of the song. And Steven Tyler does a pretty good job of that too. Sure. I know he might think that doesn't make sense. His songs make sense.
Oh yeah. I mean, but it's just funny. Like sometimes they're just placeholders until you get the right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've definitely done it to where this word is might right now, just because that's what it needs to sound like, and then it ends up being bright, you know, or whatever it ends up being by the time I'm done writing it.
Yep. Yeah. So Hustle, again, now available digitally everywhere. So also with Wakanda, you can find all this music wherever you're getting your digital music at today.
Correct.
Hustle will be featured as this is the first single from the brand new debut album, right?
Which I haven't technically revealed the title of the album, but it is going to be called 33.
33.
Yes. And I've kind of semi-leaked that with the little video promos that I've done. Each little snippet I've put out has had like the number 33 in the background. It's just, kind of homaging to it, but that is officially going to be the title of the album, man. 33.
All right. Rock Paper Podcast exclusive. So, all right. But you can pick up your copy of 33 on I almost said December. September 10th is the official release date.
That's right.
And
9/10.
and we got a big old party the next night to celebrate it.
9/11.
9/11 Saturday night, Pops in Sauget, Illinois.
Oh yes,
Beautiful this time of year.
man. It really is actually.
But you can come on over to Sauget and hang out with us at Pops. This is going to be Smiley Boy and ATG dual album release party, correct?
Yeah, you could say versus because that makes it sound interesting.
Right.
That's what I told him. It should be me versus him.
Sure.
Like, yeah, we're going to be on each other's music. We share music. But at the end of the night, I still want to feel like I bodied him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how, rappers can be competitive in their own right, even though that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I love him, but I'm finna body him, though. So, Smiley Boy versus ATG, 9/11. I'll win.
2 enter, 1 leaves.
Yes.
So,
Well, we'll both leave, but I'll leave with more critical acclaim.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
But you guys brought along a stacked bill for sure with all of all of the homies. We got Egan's Rats featuring Gorilla J and Dub Flow.
Hey,
and we'll Funko Creep on the kit.
Fool.
Yeah, and you got Freddy D'Angelo.
My boy, hard worker right there, man.
Yeah.
Inspirational,
He's
for real.
He's a hustler.
Yes, he is. I need a video, Freddy.
Yeah. And, of course, we got Scrub rounding out the lineup, man.
Man, one of the most interesting acts I've seen. Like, I've been to a lot of, like, local underground shows. Just interesting, man. Every time I watch him, I'm, like, engulfed in his performance, man. He's very creative, very unique. He's just interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the guy. He's I remember first hearing Anita Ride, and like, such a great song. But I since went through the rest of his stuff, and and
he's got a very uncanny voice. Like you can pick it out. Like, oh yes, that's him.
Yep.
And it sounds good, man.
Yeah,
I definitely dig what he's been doing.
Yep, big fan of everybody on that stage that night, man. It's gonna be a fun one.
It's gonna be crazy.
So you again, tickets available right now. You can snag a ticket and join us at the show and celebrate a brand new music from Smiley and ATG. So,
yes, sir.
I'm really I'm a huge ATG fan. I mean, from the Discrepancy stuff, but that solo record that he put out and is one of my favorite things, Legacy.
Yep.
And so I'm excited to see what else he's got coming out. Cause
he's definitely got some fire on the way. I've heard some stuff. I've worked on some stuff with him. He's worked on some stuff with me. He's gonna be a tough out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get him out of here. I'm gonna get him out of here. I'm joking.
That's what's cool. I love that you guys. He's actually the one that really kind of helped introduce me to you and to Dub and Jeff. He's
that title fits because that's him, man. Like, he hustles.
Yeah.
That dude is one of the most grindingest. I know that's not a word, but one of the hardest grinders I've met. You know what I'm saying, in the music game. Like, from 2009 when I met him, almost 12, 13 years ago. He put me on my first stage. Like, all right, man, you can rap. Get on this song. All right, cool. I'm on this song. Hey, you on that song? Get on this stage. All right, cool. I'm on that stage. Now we rapping together. And his grind, his growth has kept me from just giving up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been, I'm sure many artists can relate to this, but there's been times where I felt like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. And then you see the homie still out there grinding, still growing, still hitting new heights. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
I can't say fuck this shit. Nah, I can't. No. You get that competitiveness, but also that inspiration. It's like, no, I gotta at least show him I can try. You know what I'm saying? At least gotta try.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I bet there's a mutual feeling that way too. I'm sure.
Well, yeah. Once he figured out how good I was, that's why he worked so hard.
Yeah. I hope so. Though. It's the same. It's like I think any creative, goes through those ups and downs. Of
Yeah,
course,
for
it's just
sure.
like I know for myself, like there's a lot of times I was like, why am I doing this? Like I get, I'm frustrated that I'm not where I want it to be or
Right.
something like that, and then I get in my own head, and then all of a sudden, like the next day somebody's like, hey man, this or whatever, and I'm just like, and it totally like,
Right.
okay, that's why I'm doing it. Like, it feels this.
You can get caught up thinking that people don't see all the work you put in because you
Right.
put in a lot of work to express yourself, to get that message out there. But it only takes one person to remind you, like, no, we're watching.
Yeah.
And that shit is fire. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there was like I don't know, there's some like I don't even know if it was for real or not, but it was like one of those memes, like a Will Smith quote, and like it was kind of talking about like something like that, like like your haters are louder than their,
Right.
like the believers and stuff or something. I forget exactly how it was, but like it's like sometimes the people that are always going to rip on you are always going to be the first ones, but they don't acknowledge like your
Right.
growth, your successes and stuff. They only point out all your failures and things. And
Yeah, they're going to be those. And
yeah.
they're going to be the loud ones.
yeah,
They are going to be the loud ones. But you can just like brush them off to
Yeah.
the side and then realize there's also people back there
Sure.
that see you growing, like it,
Yeah.
and support you.
yeah, absolutely.
Or are ready to.
Yeah, but yeah, man. But so I think it's cool that I think it's only fitting that you guys are doing the show together because, like I said, that's that's how I met all you guys was through getting featured on each other's tracks and things
Right,
like that.
right.
And so it's cool that just to see
That's the
ki-
power of music, too,
yeah,
man.
just to see how tight you guys are. You guys all support each other and stuff. And what was it? Did you guys meet through rap, or were you guys just friends from school, or how?
Yeah, man. So I've been rapping before I met Antonio, right? I never really like did any shows or anything like that. I had just made like little remixes or cover songs that I would put on, MySpace, right? So I have like, I was doing crazy stuff like Lady Gaga's beats. I would take them and just rap on them,
Yeah.
or something that was like kind of weird for me to be rapping on, and I would just rap on that. And MySpace, you have friends that you meet from school or in your network or whatever. I had met Antonio through high school, and then he saw my MySpace. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know you rap. I was like, yeah, I'll be doing a little whatever. So well, shit, man, I'll be rapping too. You know what I'm saying? We can link up, whatever. All right, whatever. And then, a little while goes by. I end up at his house, where he's recording in his house, and at that time he had already had a song with Dub and another guy, but the other guy, he didn't. I don't remember exactly how it happened. I think he didn't show up or something like that, or he kind of like blew him off. And so he was like, "Hey man, you got a spot on this if you want to." You know what I'm saying? The other guy blew me off. I'm like, "Yeah, shit. Let me hear it." He played it for me. Like, okay, I wrote a verse in like 5-6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in my mind, I'm trying to impress. You know what I'm saying? Like they put me on the spot now. They want to know if I can really do this. So I wrote one real quick, and then I end up singing the hook on the song too. And he was like, "Okay, what do you think about this hook?" I was like, "Shit, I'll sing it." End up singing the hook, and that was like the first song me, him, and Dub released together. Can't Find the Music.
Yeah.
It was a great song, man. It's a great song.
Is that available anywhere or what?
It was I believe that was on his Dream World mixtape.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. It was, bro. I smoked a lot of weed. Like, to be honest with you, like a lot of consumption of weed since then, where I don't remember the exact project it was on.
Sure.
But I know that was definitely the first song we all did together, and then me and Antonio did a song right after that, and then me and Dub did a song right after that.
Yeah.
And then, we all just kept doing our thing, man. We were rocking shows together, rocking solo shows, but together, just supporting each other and
Yeah.
pushing the message forward.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it's I don't know, it's cool, man. I'm glad because you don't see a lot of like, there's you guys aren't necessarily, you don't have the label of it, but you guys are like a collective,
Right,
like you
right.
guys are all part of a group together, even though
Right.
you
we did have a label of it, which
Right.
we still do. We just don't move like a label.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're still Cypher. We're
Sure.
always going to be Cypher because that's how we formed. and we all still respect each other and still
Right.
work well together. You know,
But you look
And
at like
that's
a
not
like
always the case between like collectives. You know,
right. You look at like a Wu-Tang, you know, like of course there's
Right.
like they're great as a group,
Right.
a collective of people, but they all have
They all got their own solo
Yeah.
careers, and they all are different. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying? Like
so I think that's
Antonio's not always gonna like the music that I want to make.
Right.
You know, vice versa between me, him, and Dub. So we all have our own niche, and then we find a way to collectively work together on
Yeah.
projects as well. And
Yeah.
it always comes out good.
Yeah, man.
Always.
Well, hopefully we'll get a whole lot of collaborating happening on that stage.
We're smacking y'all over the
Yeah.
head this year, next year. Like this shit is like you see my setup in here. Like this is
Yeah.
what I'm about to be doing. Antonio's already been doing this
Yeah.
for the longest time. Thank goodness, because he's kept me somewhat relevant in these dire times. Dove is just crazy. Jeff, I've watched him grind from like freestyle into freaking man. He's coming up with very creative, artistic songs, which is, in my opinion, the hardest part. Like I could write just a never-ending verse multiple times. I
Right.
could do that all, and it would still all fit together. But having a beginning, middle, end, full concept in a song is sometimes very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff, I was quite shocked listening to the Egan's Rats, like hearing Jeff sing too, like,
Right.
you know, hearing him.
That's something a lot of people don't know about
Yeah.
him, but he's got a voice on him, man.
Yeah.
And you gotta kind of like like finesse him out of his shell a little
Yeah.
bit, like I used to be too, and I'm still like that sometimes. But for the most part, I'll just sing. I'll be like, fuck it, whatever. If it sounds good, it sounds good. If it don't, I'm not that great of a singer anyway. So what did you expect? But he'll get into his head a little bit sometimes, and like sometimes he'll hit me up and be like, yo, you want to sing this hook? And then what I heard him sing, I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Why don't you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you do it? But I also understand making a piece of work that you don't just want to be you on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, because some people's ears aren't ready to hear just you. You know, sometimes it sounds a lot better when you have different dynamics in there. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, that's what was fun about hip hop and collaborating like that, you know, having a lot of different features and different, somebody to either do a verse or chorus or whatever, you know, having singers come in. And I mean, that's how, like, you know, exactly what, you know, mentioning legacy and stuff. And like, you go down that record, there's like all sorts of features on it. And that's,
Right.
you know, something that's been going on for many years, but that's how I learned about a lot of other great rappers, you know,
Right.
like, so, or various people.
That's one of the best ways to get discovered is
Right.
by somebody that's a fan of somebody you worked with becoming a fan of you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
if I work with Antonio, people listen to his music. Oh man, who was that on that second verse? Oh,
Yeah.
that was Smiley Boy. Let me go check him out. Oh, his shit's pretty dope too. Or they might not like it. You never know. But it's still a leg in the door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's extra reach.
Yep.
And that's really what we all want is more reach, because once you start to express yourself, you want that expression to reach the masses so you can get a big, broad, general view on it from the world.
Yeah, man.
If that makes sense.
Well, let's leak one more out there. You said this is a song called "Down."
Yeah.
That will also be featured on the new 33, the debut album.
Yeah. So I actually have 2 songs on this album that I only put one verse on, just because, like we were talking earlier, like I don't want to oversaturate a song sometimes with just me, because I sing a lot of my hooks and I rap verses and then I'm singing a hook and then what's next. So sometimes I don't feel like the song is right for a feature, so I'll just make it me, but make it shorter than a traditional song where it's like not 2 verses. But this song actually will be all me, multiple verses. It's called Down, and it's mostly like it's a harmonic flow. You know, it's singing, rapping ish, if that makes sense. And it's more of a personal song. Like when I write music, I try to always have an underlying meaning that not many people will understand, but the right people will, and then it will hit them a different way. You know what I'm saying? this song is like that. So it's called Down. It's about a female being, you know, down for me in a way. But you guys just gotta hear it, man. It's gonna be a very, very dope project. This song is called Down. I think they will love it. You have to hear it to understand it, though. It has multiple meanings, but the most meaning is just being afraid to like fully let somebody in, because you're always only hoping that they're gonna hold you down. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Like, you don't know.
Right.
People that have relationships with people, they understand what I'm talking about, because even the ones that you are in love with the most could wake up tomorrow and be like, nah. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You hope.
Yeah.
You hope they're going to stay down. You hope they're going to be down. You putting everything into them. Like, yes, I just hope this is it, because I feel like it is. You know, I've shut off other things that I thought could be it because of this. Like, this is the one. This is it. This is that feeling I want. And I hope I'm right. That's this song.
Yeah. All right.
Why do I always believe you when you be saying I need you? I don't be trying to deceive you, I just be trying to read you. I see no lies, babe, in all of your features. So I hope you gon' be down, baby. I hope you gon' be down. I hope you gon' be down, baby. I hope you gon' be down. You gon' be down. I'm hoping you're down to chill. I'm holding you down for real. I know this just sound appealed. I'm focused on how you feel. I know we got time to kill. I don't mean to clown, but still, I'm loaded with style and skill. Where others have drowned, I swim. Let me take a deep dive. Navy SEAL that. Can't decide which way to kill that. Baby, rewind. Bring the real back. Such a sweet life, but it will act funny if you fuck up your energy, baby. So don't be so finicky. I've been 100 with every step that I'm taking. Smiley's a centipede, oh Lord. Why do I always believe you when you be saying I need you? I don't be trying to deceive you, I just be trying to read you. I see no lies, babe, in all of your features. So I hope you gon' be down, baby. I hope you gon' be down. I hope you gon' be down, baby. I hope you gon' be down. You gon' be down. I'm hoping you're down. You know that's what's up. We both been around. I don't give a fuck. Cause up until now, I don't really trust. But you got me thinking that I might be willing to budge. I ain't been in love with too many, but it was plenty of them. Nothing was really nudging me in the cover. Something makes you a must to be up above them. Kinda silly of me to be trying to judge them. But hopefully you get the meaning of what I've been trying to say. Most of these women don't even be getting the time of day. But you, why do I always believe you when you be saying I need you? I don't be trying to deceive you, I just be trying to read you. I see no lies, babe, in all of your features. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you gon' be down.
Is this you think that's going to be the one you hit up Freddy for the video for, or what are you thinking?
I would like to, man. I've spoken to a couple people about how to shoot a video for this song.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I'm like really good at. Like, I don't have that visionary
Right.
eye, you know what I'm saying? I know people like Freddy that are really good at that. So I will speak with him about this as well.
Sure.
And if somebody like Freddy or another guy that I talked to, Chevy, a couple other guys, if somebody can like sell me on a a good vision for it, I'm definitely down to shoot a video for it, because I think it would work good for like a song that there would be a video to, which I don't really feel that way about a lot of songs that I record, just because I write more for driving or performing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to make music that people will either listen to riding, or like, you know, just trying to like vibe, or at a show.
Mm-hmm.
But this song is kind of more of house music to me, though. It's like, it's more walk around the house on Alexa type music. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that type of vibe will fit well with the music video.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be cool, man. I think I don't know. I like, especially like following Freddy's work and stuff. Just like he's very good at what he does, and coming up with those ideas and things.
He
so
is.
yeah, so
I'm
it
definitely gonna
could be cool.
have a conversation with him about it, because
right.
it's a good one for it. I think it'll be a good song for a video.
Yeah. Well, let's. I got some questions that I've been asking people, and
Yeah, shoot, man,
and entertain some of these questions. What would be a dream duet or collaboration for you? Who's like the dude or
like
the female
iconically,
or
or just like somebody that I want to work with that I haven't yet?
and is your dream, man? Whatever,
Okay,
what are
so
you thinking?
I'll give both. Right. So iconically, like a celebrity that I would love to work with, T-Pain.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why I get like, I don't know, man. I think it's because of the way he brought auto-tune to the world and just created a movement with it, and then got hate for it, and then everybody uses it now, and then it's like, I don't know, just his story is so intriguing to me, and his character, man. I've watched a lot of interviews of him, you know, just shooting the shit, talking like we're doing now, and just his personality seems like somebody that I would really vibe with in a musical creation setting.
Yeah.
So I would really love to work with T-Pain on like an iconic level.
Did you see him on Masked Singer?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Like, he has a really good natural voice too, man. Like, people give him shit for the auto-tune, but
There's a video.
his natural voice is great. And
There's a
his
video-
auto-tune sounds great.
Yeah.
So either way you slice it, his shit is great.
Right.
Like, no way, I don't know. There's no hate there. His shit sounds great both ways.
There's a video of him like singing just piano kind of
Yeah.
thing, and I'm like, it's beautiful, man. Like,
It is.
The guy is an incredible talent. You don't need the auto tune,
Right.
but
he doesn't, but he
it sounds cool.
freaked it in a way that sounds cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
It's just like a guitar pedal effect on or anything like, you know,
exactly.
it gives it
nice solo, you know, you give it a little,
right. Sounds a
little
little
flair behind it.
Yeah, sounds a little different than everything else that was on the radio at
Right.
the time. So it worked for him.
Yeah, T-Pain for sure on an iconic level.
Yeah.
And then just like for people that I know that are like dope, yeah, I hope this is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? I hope it is. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't want to say it and then it not happen. But a very good acquaintance of mine, somebody that I've known for a long time, went to school with, is also a rapper. His name's Bodine, and dude is just nasty, man.
Yeah.
It was just nasty, and I haven't yet had a chance to like work with him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's happening now. I hope that's happening now. So that would definitely be my next dream collaboration right there. For sure.
What about beats, like producing? Who is it?
Oh,
Are you-
instrumental wise,
Are you a Dre or who's like the guy that you love? Like,
I like for beats. I don't know, man. My taste is so off the wall, man.
Yeah.
I'm very eclectic in that. Like I can listen to a trap beat and like, oh yeah, that's it. I can listen to a ballad and be like, well, I want to sing all over this. You know what I'm saying? I can listen to a West Coast beat, which I had when you listen to my album, it's gonna kind of be all over the place, but I still have it in as much of a cohesive sound as I can. But instrumental wise, I took some chances on different things. So if I had to pick, probably like Pharrell
yeah.
or Lil Jon. Lil Jon, man, if I could get something crunk that I could just like, oh man,
could be
and
cool.
he has to be in the beat, you know, like his
Yeah.
voice has to be on there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be great.
I so much of that, like you know, Yin Yang Twins or whatever, and all that stuff, like that Lil Jon was a part of, like
Crunk and snap music.
man, I was like, that was all over the radio and the club stuff, like you know, at the time when through high school and stuff or whatever, like that was. But yeah, it was some fun stuff for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that what's the Can't Stop This Pimpin' with 8 Ball and MJG.
Oh, yeah,
That's one of my favorite tracks. Like
8 Ball and MJG, man, what happened to
yeah,
those
I
guys?
don't-
They dropped like one project and then
that was always one of my favorite Lil Jon cuts though.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's funny because I'm like I like that stuff. Like I kind of nerd out about some of that on production and things like especially Dre stuff. I'm just like, he's one of the best to do it. But
I mess with Dre, for sure.
like Scott Storch and like he's like all over a bunch of that stuff too. In that time,
I like anything that's like just I don't know, man. It's got to have some type of catchy instrument melody. You know what I'm saying? Like a flute, a piano, a harp, or something that's got like a catchy instrument making a melody in the background. If it's got that, I'm all in. For sure.
Get some
trumpet, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. Saxophone, just something that's a smooth instrument throwing a melody behind it.
So anything Jason Derulo did?
Pretty much, man. Yeah.
It's like,
I'm Jason Derulo. God dang it. Everybody but Smiley.
He's got all those little catchy things like that, man. Like I mean, it works for sure. Like he's selling a lot of tracks, but that trumpet song and everything else, like you're saying. So that's what triggered that memory.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. What all right. Maybe like what's a song you wish you wrote, or what's a rhyme or a particular line that you like, man, that's one of the nastiest things ever, or something, like.
Oh man.
Is there a certain
a song that I wish that I wrote? I would say probably oh man. Anything with T-Pain. Rap song or just like any song ever.
It can be anything. Well, whatever.
Well, I couldn't sing this song.
Yeah.
But if I could if let's say a song I wish I had the voice to sing and wrote, right? We say that.
Yeah.
It would definitely be like Celine Dion. What's the name of the song? I don't know, man. It was a soundtrack for one of my favorite animated movies from back in the day, like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It was like I think it's called. I'm killing myself now because I can't remember the name of it, but it's such a beautiful song. Like, well, her voice does most of the work.
Yeah.
But there's also like this Italian guy that gets in there and starts singing it too. It's like a duet. What's it called? Fuck. It's like Don't Let Go or Lead Us. I don't know what it's called, man. It's slipping my mind right now.
Yeah.
But Celine Dion, Italian guy, duet. That's the song I wish I wrote and had the chops to sing.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm not sure if I know that.
But if I had to pick like a rap one, I would say Strange Clouds by B.O.B.
Yeah.
That beat was so nasty and that song was just so catchy. I don't know why. Like, I just every time I hear it, I just wish like I could have wrote this. Like this is the beat that I like. I could have wrote this.
Beauty and the Beast or something?
No, it was on Quest for Camelot. It was the movie.
Quest for...
But I think it was called... I could Google this right now.
The prayer?
Yeah, that's what it is. Something like that. Something like that. And I'm not like religious at all, but...
This one?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
If you would have gave me $1 million, I don't know if I would have guessed that you.
Well, I tried to pick something that nobody would guess, but also like something that nobody would guess that I would be in love with that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's people. The type of music that I listen to is almost nothing like the type of music that I make.
Right.
Like
sure.
I listen to all slow R&B, man.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Mostly women singers.
Yeah.
For real. I listen to rap here and there if like I'm trying to amp myself up, you know what I'm saying? If I'm at work in catching a groove, I might turn on some heavier rap. Like I go to Trick Daddy Let's Go a lot.
Yeah.
Remember Lil Jon, Let's Go. I got the Ozzy Osbourne
Sure.
sample.
Yeah.
That shit right there just turns me up. And then Discrepancies and Dub Flow's got that one song they dropped that just turns me up. I forget the name of it. What's it called? I don't know. They drop a bunch of F-bombs in it, though.
Yeah.
And it just sounds good, man. The guitar in that song is great. Great production. And then of course, my boy snapped on it.
Yeah.
But it's just hype. But I don't listen to a lot of rap, man. Like,
Well,
I really don't.
It's probably good, too, like, so you don't feel like you're...
Jocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the main reasons, because if anybody ever tells me I sound like anybody, they lying because I don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't listen to them. I listen to some of the popular songs, like if I'm at work, and they're playing the radio or something, I'll catch the popular stuff that's on the radio just by default.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm choosing it, it's gonna be slow.
Yeah.
A woman's probably gonna be singing it. Or like an older guy from the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like I listen to Tank sing, I listen to Jamie Foxx sing, I listen to a bunch of singers, man.
Yeah.
Because that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I'm just a really good rapper and a
D'Angelo?
mediocre singer. I haven't listened to D'Angelo in some years, man, but I
Yeah.
don't really listen to a bunch of older music nowadays, but I listen to a bunch of older acts,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because those guys still release music. Most of my favorites, it just doesn't get as much shine as it used to,
Yeah. There's a lot of good, like Jaheim and all.
Like Boyz II Men even still dropping music right now.
Yeah.
They just released a song a couple weeks ago. I'm like, what? You guys are all like 50, but okay, I love it. Still sounds good too.
Yeah.
That actually sounds better because got auto-tune.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, very cool. This is Smiley. It's been a fun night, man.
Yes,
Glad we
sir.
did this. So, again, keep an eye out. 33 available
33.
on the September 10th. September 11th, you can come over and you can see Smiley performing them all live at Pops.
That's right.
With
Most of them.
Yeah, with a bunch
Pretty
of
much all of them.
Yeah, we'll get a bunch of friends up there too. I'm hoping that a lot of people jumping in and out of sets all night long.
That's pretty much what it's
Yeah.
gonna be, man. Musical chairs in that moment,
Yeah.
man. Like we all finna tear it down, but
Yeah.
I will be the best. So
Yeah,
if we're voting,
Yeah,
just remember, pick me.
right. But you can find Smiley Boy on your Facebook and
Yeah,
Instagram.
Facebook, Smiley Boy. Instagram, Dat Kid Smiley. That's DATKIDSMILEY. Other than that, I mean, yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
I mean, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Spotify, any of the platforms where you're streaming music. But for social, I don't tweet.
Yeah.
I say that shit for the birds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even really use Instagram a lot. Facebook is where I respond. So if you want to actually contact me,
Yeah.
do it on the book,
All right.
or I can record it.
Yeah. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun, man. I really appreciate you doing this.
Thank
and
you, man. No problem.
Hopefully
I
we can
appreciate
do it again soon sometime.
it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.